let's talk about how to fund a policy for infinite banking. Hello and welcome to the Durham Talents channel. My name is Jesse Durham. For today's quick take, we're going to discuss some ideas and options on how to fund a policy for the infinite banking concept. So what I can say is I can remember going on 9 years ago now, feeling very resourceful, feeling very animated about how to go about looking at our financial plan as it was then. We were investing in qualified plans. We probably weren't keeping a really good budget. We had static funds here and there. We were just conventionally doing things. We would not been paying attention in the way that I then felt like paying attention. So what I'm going to say is when a policy is being structured, it can be structured for ongoing scheduled premiums, and that's going to be a number that you arrive at. And I encourage our clients and prospective clients to, pick a number for you that's going to be both logical, reasonable, but it's going to be an ambitious number. It's going to be an imaginative number. So it should have all of those qualities in some degree, and somewhere between the two extremes of being really imaginative and super uber conservative. Somewhere between those two ends of the spectrum is probably going to make sense for you. And that's going to be your scheduled ongoing premium. So it's a number that's going to make sense for you, but it's also going to be significant enough that you can use that amount of capital for things that you're wanting to do, whether that's debt recapture, whether that's financing family vacations, whether you're using that to incorporate in what you're doing in your business, whatever the case may be. Clients use their capital, of course, for investing, whatever that may be. I'm just here to encourage you to be your own banker in that. But when it comes to funding a policy, there's also another aspect where you could pay an additional premium one time in that first year of the policy. When that policy is going in force, you could pay an additional amount of premium that's above and beyond your scheduled ongoing premiums that you're just paying that one time. And it adds to the cash value of the policy immediately. It adds, more capital that's going to be liquid for you to access. It's going to add more death benefit to the policy, of course, and it's going to forever add to the compounding that's going to take place in that policy. So those funds in particular, of course, could be funds that you decide to pull from some other asset, some other location, static funds that you have. So again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying these are options that I've considered before. Some of these I've done, some of these other clients have done, but those premiums can come from different locations, and they could go into different aspects of your policy. Okay, a rider on the policy. They could be a portion of base premium in your policy. They could be that dump in that I was just describing, that one-time additional premium. And if any of this doesn't make complete sense, that's fine. Read the book, Becoming Your Own Banker. Dive in on our channel. Of course, we can have a conversation about any of this and what it could mean for you. But I did make a list, as I was writing things down and looking back through time, things that my wife and I have done when we have funded policies. We pulled funds from, and again, this isn't investment advice of any kind, but we pulled funds and even sucked up and paid the penalty because we were not old enough to take out funds without paying the penalty and the taxes and different things. But we knew that we could, so we took funds out of qualified programs because we knew we could do more. Literally, just by being able to access it, we knew that we could do more with those funds over the course of time than what those funds may or may not have done in that same time before we could get to them without paying the 10% penalty, for example. So again, I'm not saying pull your funds out of programs or qualified programs or do. That's for you to decide. This isn't investment advice. What I'm saying is what I have done. We decided we want to be our own banker. We did pull funds out of programs. We diverted funds that had been going to places where we didn't have the same kind of control that we wanted to have. We made changes to taxes that were withheld when we worked at different places back before we started business for ourselves. And my wife and I were both employees in different locations in different industries. We changed things like that. Again, like I said, we looked at our budget. We we looked at where lazy funds were. Of course, we decided to redirect funds that had been going to the 401ks or whatever. Well, okay, that's an amount that could be going towards our premium amount now. Windfalls is another place where folks can be looking at if you're anticipating some windfalls and you want to have a place to be able to fit that in to your privatized banking system. That could be another way to fund a policy. Some folks want to relocate equity from things like real estate. They want to get lines of credit and be able to use that and incorporate that into their privatized banking plans and fund policies that way. So again, there are lots of ways to just, honestly evaluate your cash flows, to look at where you may have lazy funds, to look at where you have liquid funds that you can access that you could use to pay policy premiums, and then you can make a policy loan for. And again, here, I'm going to say things that you're already doing. Nash clearly says when he talks about becoming your own banker that the place to start is not investing in something that you've never done before, where you don't have a wheelhouse of experience and connections. He talks about things that you're already doing. Home appliances, vehicles, vacation, things that you're already doing. If you just begin, so this is for my beginners, if you just begin by becoming your own banker in your lifestyle, such as it is, you'll be astounded and how beneficial that can be for you, how profitable it can be just to be your banker over your lifestyle. You could be your own banker over your lifestyle. Now, can that scale out to business and investing and other? Absolutely. Of course it can. But when it comes to particularly funding a policy, I just know that I got to a point where we knew enough. We wanted to become our own banker. We got real resourceful. I mean, we had a yard sale. I'm not saying that did something big for us to be able to put together additional money that we wanted to fund into a policy. But I'm just saying we were that kind of animated to get started, to get going. And again, let me counterbalance that by saying that grocery money is not to be premium money. Okay. Again, remember what I said about a logical number, a reasonable number for you, but also an ambitious number, an imaginative number, a number that's going to be significant enough that you can begin significantly along your journey of becoming your own banker. So if you have any feedback on this subject, make sure to put that in the comments section below, or if you'd like to have a conversation about how to implement the infinite banking concept or about anything that I've discussed into your household or your business or your investing, then get in my calendar. Let's have that conversation. This has been a great pleasure for me. I look forward to that next conversation. Have a great day. Take care.